Hey, welcome everybody. This is Patty, the Tinker's wife, here from still snowy Portland, Oregon, but it is in the 40s. Um, I got to bring up my channel here so that I will know when. There we go. Connie is talking to me now. Live. Okay. There we go. Connie is talking to me now. Haha. Hey there, Scott, Lydia, Courtney. Good to see you. If I gotta mute this crazy thing, or we're gonna be getting echo. I don't want echo. 13 Moons. Hello, hello. Hi, my friend. Um, yeah, this is great. I mean, how many months have I been talking about doing this, and I'm finally on it, and it's not that hard. Hello, Patty from Alderman Farms. Yeah, I just connected with Tommy and Patty over at Alderman Farms, and great people. I'm only just starting to wander into their channel, and I've already been so very blessed. Sunflower Mom, Voon. Hello, Voon. It's good to see you. Lydia Fink. Voon, can I go ahead and make you a mod? She'll probably say yes, I would imagine. I hope I can. Add moderator. Done. You're blue, girl. Okay, Connie and Justin. Hello, hello. I'm looking on my phone here. That's how I'm having to read this. So please forgive me. I should put it out here where I can actually read it. There is Nisi Freehandly Made, another moderator. Now I got a couple mods. Courtney, would you like to help out when you are available when I do lives? I would love to have your help moderating. Yeah, so you know, it's amazing, all of you, and how varied you are in your lives, and just how God has brought so many wonderful people together. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna cry. I'm like welling. I can't help it. It's just been awesome. It has been awesome. So, any of you that are in here that would like to moderate. Okay, I got you there. We'll go ahead and set you up, Courtney. Thank you very much. Oops, I somehow deleted your message instead of, what? You shouldn't be hidden. Oh no, I actually hid you. That's not good. Well, this is some of the troubles you get into when you're doing it for the first time. Dang. That's not supposed to. Unhide user on this channel. Okay, you're unhidden. I don't know. We'll have to get you next time, I guess. We'll figure that out. Anyway, how is everybody doing? Well, I got y'all here. Hey, Bandana Grandma, hello. Thank you for coming in. I've been wondering how you've been doing. I haven't caught up with how things are going for you and all of that. So this is wild and crazy, guys. I know a lot of you do lives already and have had this wonderful, lovely, and fun experience. But anyway, I don't know if you caught the short video I did yesterday of the ice falling out of the giant trees around my house. But if you haven't, go do it. It is really quite stunning to watch the ice fall from 100 feet. But yeah, so we just have a lot of mucky stuff here now. I mean, I still have like about 4 inches. 13 Moons. I can't remember your first name. Would you remind me of your first name, please? 13 Moons. Yeah, you know, it's just doing it. It really isn't hard, and I would recommend trying StreamYard. They make it really simple. I really like their video that they do. It's very succinct. It doesn't have a lot of extraneous music in the background, or excuse me, I don't mean this in a bad way. I just can't learn this way. You've got a young woman with a lilting voice and this background music. It's too much for my brain. I need something that's, a little bit toned down. Oh my goodness, Courtney, that is crazy. Okay. You are now blue, I think, Courtney. You should be. I found you again since I unhid you. Oh yeah. Yeah, I might even try that. Here. So if anybody wants to, I've got to get the invite thing. I should try the invite, shouldn't I? Let me try that. I could sit here and talk all by myself all the time, but it's more fun with more than one person. So I am going to put out the invite. And let's see. How do I want to do this? Okay, I'm going to send you a message on Messenger freehandly, since I know you do this, and give you the link, because this is how I know how to do it for now. Come on, paste. There we go. All right. We'll figure out the other part of it later. So, okay. Now, oops. I can click that out. Yeah, the only thing I don't like about this is there aren't voices. Usually in the lives, we've got the panel going up there and all of that. So that's really, oh, Courtney, I could get you up here too, because I know your phone number. I could get any of you actually, but we'll get this figured out so that we can just post the link and do that. That'll be great. I'm going to look back on these. I can actually read the screen of my laptop easier. As a matter of fact, I'm going to try setting this closer here. Excuse me while I rock and roll you. This way. Oh, no, I can't read that. Sorry, like I said, this is going to be kind of jumpy. Oh, here we go. It's time. Here we go. Add to stream. There's
Hey!
This is so exciting.
Isn't this fun?
Oh my goodness. I tell you what, it's the next best thing to having you in my living room.
It is. I love StreamYard.
Oh goodness, I'm going to be so hooked. I'm bad enough in the lives anyway, because I go to as many as I possibly can, and I'm always talking.
Yes. Sometimes I think we follow each other from room to room.
Yeah. So, Island Homestead, hello. Hello there. Yay. This is actually pretty cool. And I'm going to try something here. We're going to do the little things. We'll do that.
Nice.
And there we go. Hey, I did that. How about that, kids? There's another thing. This is fun. What a gas. I'm with the big dogs now.
You are. It's addicting, isn't it?
Oh my goodness. This is hilarious. I've been, I don't know. I think part of it is just going through that whole grieving process. Everything I've gone through, it just was one more thing I had to look at doing. I'm going to bring us back to where we're side by side. There, now I can see you better.
Yeah, I like StreamYard. It's just so much easier. Do you guys hear me echoing at all? I feel like I hear an echo. Okay.
I don't hear it. No, I think it's good here. So I don't hear. Let me get in here. Hey, bee lady, good to see you. Oh, I should have told Dana that I was on here. I totally didn't think of that. Biddy Boo's Homestead. I have to catch her on my next one. So I'll have to figure out a time slot. I'm thinking probably mornings. Evenings, we all know evenings are just cram-packed.
Gosh, yeah, they are.
Yeah, it's insane. I can't even. And then you've got people not only doing live streams, but now they're doing premiere after premiere after premiere. And I'm like, you're killing us here.
Here's the
I just
thing, though, and I thought about this last night because there is a bit of an echo.
Oh,
All right.
I have. You think these would help? I wonder if it's me.
No, I think it's me.
Oh,
Do you have your YouTube on your phone? Do you have the volume on?
I have the volume off on my YouTube on my phone.
Okay.
So
I have YouTube off here completely.
actually,
I can see the comments on the right-hand side of StreamYard.
well, I turned my YouTube completely off.
Okay. Is that better, you guys? Yep, that worked. Echo's gone.
Oh, good. Hey,
That's
Deborah, good to see you. Who else did I miss? I don't know if I caught everybody here. Thank you for not just slamming the chat, you guys. I gotta say, I appreciate that. So, yeah, so oh, that's funny because, oh, I guess I just don't have the live feed going. The live's there if I want to look at it, but I don't have it going. They did an upgrade on the Samsung phone, and it's weird.
Yeah, I'm still echoing. I'm trying to figure this out. I don't know why I'm echoing.
Well, I wonder. Okay, I'm closing everything.
All right. Let's see if I'm still echoing now.
Okay,
Right.
does it sound like an echo there? Is it really loud? I have a really good mic on this thing.
It's loud. It's loud because I had it on like full blast.
Oh, okay.
Can you guys still hear an echo now?
Hello, Ashley. Oh, Ashley's allotment diary says they can hear an echo, echo, echo. Very sorry, couldn't resist. Ha ha ha. Very funny.
Right. Bandana says it sounds better now that the echoing's gone.
Okay. Well, I wonder if it would help if I put these on because I know sometimes it's kind of weird that way.
It's weird that I put on earplugs and the echoing went away. How weird is that?
I don't know. Yeah, weird.
Hey,
Hey,
very strange.
Good to see you. Christy Betts, hello, friend. So how's sister doing? Yeah, if you guys think about it, pray for Christy and pray for her sister. She's been taking care of her sister for, 17 years or something, and her sister has been suffering a lot with different things, and I'll just leave it at that. She can share more if she wants, but I know that she asks for prayer in live streams, and some of you have seen her in those streams. So, yeah, so I'm just going to ask you to pray for her because I know it's difficult. How is everybody's weather? That's what I want to know. Thank you, Lydia. Thank you, Vin.
I'll be right back.
Sure. Okay. Right now it's drippy here. And I have about 4 inches of unmelted snow that had a good ½ inch of ice on it. The ice on everything else is melted. I've got a little tiny bit on top of my car. I can't get out of my driveway because they took it and plowed everything. And so I've got about 1.5 to 2 feet of clumped up snow there. Oh, 41 degrees. Yeah. Wow. Well, I know that it got really low down in northwestern Mississippi. I was chatting quickly with Patty Gilbert, who she would be here, but their power has been out. I know Texas has been hammered with power outages. Please pray for the people in Texas. 13 where you are. Oh, in Wisconsin. You know what's weird is it is 41 degrees up north of us. I mean, it was when it was really in this 41 in warmer air in more northern areas. It's just how the flow is going. Really strange how those wind currents work. So, you switched out on us.
I did. I have these French doors in the trophy room, and the sun just blares right through it, and it was making my screen too bright. So I had to move to a different position.
Yeah, this time of day works really good in here in the living room. I'm facing east right now, and my picture window is 8 feet wide and 5 feet tall. It's huge, and it just boils in there in the summertime, and it's so bright in here, and I love the bright room. The north window over here. For you guys, it's actually over here. Oh, it's still snowing where you are? Oh, yeah. We had, B-Lady, we had it started with just sleet and ice the first day, started snowing that night. Then we had 2 days where it snowed off and on, finally ended with freezing rain the last night. And then yesterday it just started warming up like crazy. And this weather system went, let me do it this way so you guys can, anyway, it went from the northwestern, it went from the northern Pacific, and it came down across us, and it dipped down way down. So, Patty, you're here. Yay. Woohoo. Got your Wi-Fi hooked up. I'm so stoked. She so wanted to be here. Patty and I are like sisters. Is that not right? We have so much in common. I feel like, God totally put us together at the perfect time. It's just been a delight. We markle each other every day, like a couple times a day, sometimes 3 or 4 when we're bored, when we're stuck indoors, or, we just need to hear a reasonable voice in our heads or whatever. Yeah, so it is really, really good to see her in here. Yeah, so does anybody have any questions they want to ask me? I guess while I'm here, I could just ask that. And then you can be thinking about questions in the future, because we'll do like a little Q&A time. I'm going to do one specifically for plants. And I don't know that I'm going to focus too much on vegetables. A lot of people do that. And vegetables, I know a lot about them, but they're not my main expertise. I've done a lot with growing kitchen herbs. I've done a lot with landscaping. Plants in the landscape. I've done a lot of propagating perennial plants. I can do a live how to divide hostas so you can get the most out of a hosta plant. Instead of cutting it in half, you can get a whole bunch of hostas, and then they grow quickly enough. I mean, those kind of things. I'm crazy plant lady. Not just smart plant lady. I'm the crazy plant lady. What are you kidding me? Yeah. So my front yard used to have 250 varieties of perennials and ephemeral bulbs. That's like crocus and that kind of stuff. That didn't include the vines, the tree, and the shrubs. And then that wasn't out in the parking strip, which was also planted with another variety of plants. So it was quite a large collection of plants, though in a small space. It was a delightful little garden. So, yeah. So, and you guys didn't get the opportunity. I wish. Hey, Mary Dickinson. Oh, you're from Gresham. That is so cool. Thank you for following me. This is
Where's
awesome.
Gresham?
Gresham is just east of me. I'm like only a mile and a half from or less than that, as the crow flies, maybe a mile from the Gresham line. Yeah, so that's really awesome, Mary. Wow, this is cool. I love it. Getting to find out. Hey, homegrown wife. I cannot remember your first name. Please forgive me. Would you please let me know what that is? Oh, okay. I'm going to put up Courtney's comment here. Oh, comfrey. I can answer that. I really like comfrey. A lot of reasons I like comfrey, but I want to say this. A lot of people think comfrey is very invasive, and there are 2 different types of comfrey. There is the regular species of it. Actually, there's lots of species of comfreys too, but the ones that we think about that we use in our homesteads or in our gardens is the one that we see most is traditionally one that self-sows. And if you let those flowers go to seed, you will have comfrey everywhere. However, there is Bocking 14 and I can't remember, there's another one that's like Bocking 4 or something like that. Both of those are sterile. Once you set them in the ground and let them grow in, the roots go nice and deep. This is one of the beautiful things about comfrey and why it's so important in your landscape is it goes down in. Oh, yes, I know where Vernonia is. Sorry, Rabbit Trail. Deborah, I know where Vernonia is. I graduated from Hillsborough High School. And so that used part of my stomping grounds out there. Lived in Banks for a number of years when my son was a baby. Hey, Deb. There's another Northwestern person. Yeah, this is exciting. Anyway, with comfrey, those very deep roots, like what plants like wild carrot and dandelion, they bring up the minerals from down deep and make them more available to the plants around them. So that's one thing that's good. That's why the chop and drop with the comfrey is such a good thing. And it can be used for fodder for animals. I was reading something about there was some kind of concern with it. So, and that's why it's like really good to plant around your trees. You know, that's what they say. That's one of the traditional permaculture things is to plant it where your fruit trees are and stuff like that. So, oh, okay. Well, thanks for stopping in, Highland Homestead. We'll be doing this a lot more, I have a feeling. Yeah, so growing it as a mulch around pear, apple, and cherry trees is probably not going to be too much of a problem. The thing with cherry trees, Courtney, is that they will produce suckers from the ground, you know. They'll get shoots that come up from the ground. I don't know if comfrey would help to reduce that at all. But yeah, so. Oh, that's good to know. I was just looking at, I'm going to add this one up here. This is good, getting a conversation going here. I like that. Oh man, without water and frozen. Gail Southern Living said she's okay now, but her mom's town in Texas is without water. It's frozen. That's bad.
That is bad.
You know, we need water to survive. So, hey, I'm glad you're listening in, Deb. That's good. It's nice to have you here. All this support. Yeah, Deb lives up in Washington, and we are planning on meeting one of these days. So it's one of the things I want to do is get some kind of a meetup here for this region. I know there's other people. Let me see. There's Connie and Justin down in Salem. Connie, I think she's still here. Boots and Bounty. Hey, hi. Good to see you. Thank you.
Hey.
Okay, let's get this comment up. This is another one on the comfrey. As a mulch is a good idea. It will feed the trees, grow in a clump as well, then harvest and add water. 3 months later, liquid feed. Oh, is it crazy there in Minnesota? Yeah, wow. You know, we get storms like this once in a great while. Every few years we get a storm that leaves us with, what I say, 4 inches to a foot of snow. It never fails that we get ice on top of it. We get freezing rain. The first year I moved here to Oregon from Boise, Idaho, I was 12. We moved out south of Portland, out in what is now classified as Happy Valley. And my dad had been used to driving the Rocky Mountains in the wintertime for the paint company he worked for. He was a chemical coatings expert. Is it still cold in your house, Connie? She's been without power since the beginning of the storm practically. It's been days.
Horrible.
It's ridiculous.
It's horrible.
Yeah. So, and you know, in this area where we have a lot of power, a lot of guys out on working the lines, you would think it would be able to get repaired. They must have something special going on there. But she's at the end of the grid. You know, she's like the last one in this one grid. So they haven't got to that grid yet. So, I was talking about when I'm telling you story time. um, I had not been happy about moving to Oregon because, hey, it was my first year in junior high school. We came from a sunny place. It rained all fall. I thought I was going to die. Now, when the snow started flying, we loved it. And this was New Year's Eve, guys. It was a blizzard, full on blizzard. And then we had inches, it felt like inches of freezing rain. It was a lot of freezing rain. And I remember my mom crying because she came from Iowa, then to Denver, Colorado, then to Boise, and all of those places the ground freezes in the winter. And she was so tired of bitter cold winters. She was ready for something, more lovely. And she'd always heard about Portland. So she cried. And when we had that freeze, we were without power for 18 hours. We had my mom and dad and me and my brother and my grandparents were out from Iowa. We huddled in our living room. We had a fireplace and had a blanket over the doorway so that we could stay warm. And mom cooked on a Coleman stove in the family room that was next to our kitchen with the sliding glass door open so we wouldn't die of asphyxiation. So I remember that. That was my introduction into the winters of Oregon, which I learned quickly we're not always like that. So,
oh my gosh, who was it that just said something about 13 Moons Homestead said something about Eugene, Oregon? Are they from Oregon too? Eugene, Oregon is really close to where my mother-in-law lives.
Yeah, Eugene is just south of me a little ways.
How many hours are you from, do you know where Bend, Oregon is?
About 3 hours from Bend.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah,
okay.
It's just over Mount Hood. I mean, almost a straight shot. Not quite, but almost, yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Farmsteading Smith is from the Bend Redmond area. She's down there next to the National Grass or whatever, some kind of natural area.
Yeah, she lives in the same area as my mother-in-law.
Yeah. My husband's stepdad and his wife that he married after Ben's mom passed away, they lived down there in a manufactured home for a couple of years and then finally moved to Arizona so they could be warm and thaw out. Oh, you live, okay, I'm going to put up Bandana Grandma. She lives in suburbs, less than a quarter acre, have 10 veggie beds, 10 fruit trees, lots of comfrey and mountain of wood chips from the neighbor's tree. Yes, you have gold there. Now I need some energy to get it all done. Ooh, I feel you, sister. That's me too. We have all kinds of ideas and plans, and we need some strong bodies to help us out. So, oh yeah, Patty Gilbert has her husband's mother, Lois, staying with them. She's living with them now, and that is a challenge. Lois can be a lot of fun, and I remember her birthday thing. She was so sweet, and she looked so cute in her. Actually, it was very pretty. This purple, kind of a lavender purple shirt she had on. It was really nice. So yeah, we all have things that we're doing, right? And I know that Patty's talked about, she doesn't know how much longer she's going to be able to do everything she's been doing. I think we all come to that point. Let me see. City water pumps do not have a generator. Oh, that's B Lady. I live in the city. Okay, I'm going to do this too. I'm pulling some things here. Oh, that's nice. You know, one of the things that Ben usually had set up was some kind of backup heat system. Like we had propane the last winter before he passed away. We had a propane fireplace in here, which honestly, people, it was the sootiest thing I've ever lived with. I've lived with wood stoves, and they were not near as dirty as this thing was. So I was glad to see that go. But then I didn't have anything the last 2 winters. So I was thankful my power stayed on.
We're getting a pellet stove, but it does work on electricity to move the pellets. So I told my husband, we need to make sure that our generators working because we're going to need to use the generator to keep our pellet stove working so we can have heat in case we lose electricity. We have that fireplace downstairs, but the flume is so long because it goes from the underground where the bottom floor is all the way up to the top of the roof. We can't get that pipe, that flume warm enough. And so what happens is when we start the wood stove, the cold air pushes all that smoke up into the house. And we've tried a lot of different things and cannot get it to not do that.
We had a similar thing. I just posted the link. If anybody wants to come up and join, feel free. I'm probably going to take it down here pretty quickly because I don't want people coming in and poking around that shouldn't be. I do have mods, which is awesome. I know we can get rid of them, but safety first.
We can kick people out real fast if we need to.
Yeah. I moderate for a few channels. I've got the Blue Wrench. I love it. By the way, I know all of a sudden I just went brain dead. This is terrible. It's so embarrassing when this happens.
Gail Southern Living. Gail Southern Living says she's a secret prepper, Patty.
Oh, sure.
That's funny.
Secret prepper. Is that a thing?
She's married to an Eagle Scout. There's not too much secret in the prepping area when you're married to an Eagle Scout.
Eagle Scout, that's hilarious. Lots of candles. I have some candles. One of the things I realized is I would burn through my candles really fast if I didn't go get some more. I do have a big piece of wax, but the other thing is you can make a candle out of a lot of things, just having the wicking material or knowing what you can use for wicking material. Oh, wow. I'm going to add this one up here. Deborah. I'm not looking forward to this next electric bill because I've been running the heater during this cold snap, and mine will probably be well over $400, probably close to $500 for a 950 square foot house. Oh, hey, we have another guest. Yay, Courtney!
Hey, sorry, my internet is bad right here. Give me 1 second. I'll get closer to the Wi-Fi.
Hey, we having a daytime party.
Sorry.
We'll just sit here and laugh at you.
I think a morning spot would be awesome because there's really not hardly any lives going on in the morning during the weekday.
Oh, I know. Do you guys like the 10 o'clock slot? Because I'm happy to do this. And
I love it.
Oh, okay, 13 Moons. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you showed up.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Oh.
Gail Southern Living says she has a video on making a button. Oh, shoot, I just lost it. Where'd it go? A button lamp like the little house on the prairie.
Oh, very cool.
I'm going to have to look that video up. There it is.
Yeah, there we go.
That would be fun to do with Z. Z loves doing crafting things like that. He would love that.
How are you doing? Hi, guys.
Hey, are you staying warm?
Yeah, I'm trying to. I got the fire blazing. We had it to like 78 degrees in here the other night.
Oh, wow. You're so lucky.
It was.
I don't have my stove yet, y'all.
Oh,
I got my sweatshirt on and my blankets.
Putting on a sweater right now.
Yeah, Spanish Homestead has solar. That's great.
Oh, that's awesome. I wish I had that.
Yeah, when solar first came out, the panels didn't hardly work here in Portland because we don't have enough days without clouds. And I've gotten a lot better. That was something Ben always wanted to put in. It would have taken a major overhaul of his garage, so I think he kind of put that up. You saw his garage, you know why. Hey, hello, Garden State Gardener. Good to see you here. Thank you for coming in.
Where are you at, Free Handling Maid?
I'm in Victor, Montana, which is in the Bitterroot Valley. Yeah. Okay.
But you're used to the snow then?
No, this is my first winter and I'm dying.
Oh.
Hey,
y'all,
no worries, Connie. We'll get you next
pitiful.
time.
I only live an hour south of Lake Erie, so I'm used to the cold weather and stuff, but It's been unusually cold. Like it'll get 32, it will get freezing, but tonight it's supposed to be like 3 degrees. And
Yeah, you're getting what we had last week, Courtney.
yeah,
it came through us, and now I hate that you're getting our weather. but it's going to be freezing. I'm glad our temperatures are going up, but we went through that last week. Oh,
yeah.
bad.
Hey, Gail, I wanted to let you know that with all the trees I have around here, I was not a proponent for solar power on our house because one of the big trees I had in my video yesterday is one of them that's on the south side of the garage and south of my house, and it could very easily drop a limb, and there goes the solar panels.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
You got to consider those things, you know. So they talk about when we had the forest fires last year, they're always talking about defensible space, and I'm just rolling my eyeballs because the city of Portland, one of their visions is to be the most tree covered city in the United States. And I'm like, and we have an urban wildfire, and you were going to wish to God you would have never even thought of that idea. We have no way to produce defensible space. We have the trees around our property really high up, but if you get a fire in the tops of those trees, you cannot fight it. And it is the one fear that they have here. I was involved in a wildfire risk reduction management master plan for Powell Butte Nature Park, which is just south of me. And it is actually, the Butte is owned, I think it's pretty much owned by the Water Bureau, and there's a Bull Run water is what our big, it's a natural water source where we get water here. It's like some of the best water in the nation. It really doesn't need to be filtered or anything. We don't have to have all the chemicals in it. It's really nice. It tastes wonderful. Not as good as a fresh spring water does, though. There's nothing sweeter than that. So anyway, I learned a lot about what burns fast and what you really need to watch for. They're trying to keep the water system safe, and they do have a nature park up there. It's really beautiful. You can see 7 mountains from the top of the Butte. Yeah, so it's really cool. But so yeah, not having trees and shrubs right around your house is pretty important.
Yeah.
Well, I'm out of luck. I'm surrounded by forest, y'all.
I have a whole line of pine trees that my grandfather planted, and they're huge, and they're literally right by the house. And I hate pine trees by the driveway because you get that sap all over your car.
Oh, pitch. It's with the fir trees do the same thing. They're always spitting on something. And then you've got the squirrels that like to get up there and eat they pull apart the cones and those little scales. They have this little, I'm trying to figure out where's my hand. Get my hand up here, get it up by the window. Put it in front of my face, then you'll see it, right? It has this little thing that goes like this. It's like a little spike. And that thing will go through a flip-flop or a sneaker with a thin sole. Oh man, I have been impaled by those, and I've cussed the squirrels every time. I had 3 teenage squirrels that were making my life hell last year.
Hey, Patty, Spanish Homestead has solar power too. And do you know that where they live, they charge them a sun tax? They tax them on their sunlight.
What?
Hey, Oregon would do that. Trust me, this
rip-off.
I'm surprised they don't tax it. I'm surprised they don't tax us every time we need to wash our laundry or sneeze. You know, it's bad. It's bad here. Oh God, get me out of here. I know.
Spitfire, you're right.
You're gonna charge me for getting a sunburn,
right?
I mean, basically,
if you have solar panels, you get charged a sun tax.
Yeah, and government taxes help to keep government in business. And so often, and I know here I see it in spades where the taxes are really not used for what they should be used for. And I could go down a list, and there's proof of those things, but I'm not going to do it now. And so, when they're not able to tax the power companies, they have to tax you somehow. And that's why they do the sun tax.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's not right, but it makes
the
sense.
trade-off, and no, it's not right. I don't think it's right either. There's
yeah, Spanish homesteads in Spain. You're correct, bee lady.
Yeah, so I'm really happy to have you here, Spanish Homestead. It's so cool to be talking to somebody who's
in another country. Yeah, it's neat.
Yeah, and I think I've got one other one too. I don't know if they're still here. Ashley, are you still around? I don't know if they're still here. Ashley's allotment, they're in England. So yeah, and Gail Southern Living said they will charge us on everything if we let them, and that's really the truth. Here we have so many times voted down things, and then they go ahead and they just go ahead and make them happen anyway.
Yep.
You know, we actually have a tax here called the art tax for the city of Portland for the public schools. It's not the city of Portland, but it's for a certain region around here, because the art and music classes in schools have been defunded. And I'm like, just get rid of your high paid overhead people and you'll be able to afford using that money to keep paying teachers, you know. So it's actually an illegal tax because in our Oregon Constitution, the schools are supposed to be paid for by the state, not by the cities or the counties. And so, you know, hey, it's Oregon, it's Portland. What do you expect, you know? Oh, let me see this. What is this? Garden State. Oh, okay. So Bee Lady and Garden State Gardener are evidently fairly close to one another. This is fun to see. Somebody was going to be putting like a map of the United States and putting push pins in for places where they had people coming in from. I thought that was really a good idea. Oh, it was Bumblebee Junction. I don't know if any of you follow their channel.
No, I have not heard of that channel.
You should. Yeah, check them out. There are a couple of veterans. She's crafty, does a lot in the kitchen, and oh my gosh, that woman can garden till there's no end.
I have to watch that. I'll write her down so I can watch.
Yeah,
because that's cool.
Bumblebee Junction. I will on the community board. I'm going to put a recommendation up for them from the live stream so that you'll have the link. But yeah, her and her husband are they're the generous, sweetest people. They do a lot in these big giant containers. They grow carrots in large containers. She's got a really cool system they're getting ready to set up now. Probably has the video out on it maybe already, but they do buckets and they have a stair-stepped setup of setting them up so they can grow, you know, 2 rows on one side, 2 rows on the other, and they can water each plant as it needs water. I don't understand the whole thing about how their watering system is, but I know that works really well for them. I think they do tomatoes in there. But anyway, I thought, hey, you know, that's great for somebody who doesn't have like a yard. So you only got a patio, this works. So it's pretty cool. Lots of good ideas and just sweet. And they do lives on Sunday afternoon, I think it is.
Cool.
So yeah, go over there and say hi. Let them know that I sent you too. So
Patty, you were entertaining the thought of doing a meetup in our little region.
Yeah, I want to.
I'm for it.
Yeah. Well, I know that Connie and Justin would love to have that happen, and Deb Rich would too. I'm sure there's other people. There's YouTubers we don't even know about that are out here. And probably Farmsteading Smith would probably also be one that would want to do that, I would imagine. So
yeah, because they're doing a meetup in Oklahoma, and I can't get down there. I've already bought a plane ticket for July, knock on wood, so I can actually let my parents spend some time with their grandchild.
Yeah. Hey, Bee Lady asked what region this is, and this is the Northwest. So I would even go like Northern California, Oregon, Idaho, Washington. I mean, Idaho kind of has their own thing. So Washington, Oregon, Northern California. We'd be happy to have everybody come. I don't,
Northwest,
just in we're thinking about it phase. We've been wanting one for a couple of years. I was actually, I have friends that were going to pay to fly me down to to Georgia, and then I was going to get to go to the Vincent's big thing that they had in 2019.
Oh,
what was that called? Anyway, it didn't happen because COVID canceled everything.
yeah. That put a wrecking ball in everything.
Yeah,
Yep.
COVID. Yeah, COVID.
I'm only like 9.5 hours away from Portland. No big deal.
No,
Right, that's a day's drive.
I'll let my husband drive. He's a trucker.
Hey,
I can
there
just
you
sit.
go.
I can sit back and hang out with y'all on you.
Too.
Oh, is he? There's a lot of truckers in our channels.
Yeah.
We have a lot of truckers. Southern something homestead. He's a trucker. Yeah, he's a trucker. Yeah, we have a lot of truckers. But yeah, let him drive and I can hang out on YouTube while he drives.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. So
give you guys some scenery shots.
It never fails when there's a meetup. You have the people from the original region, and then you have this other group that comes in, and we're like, we're all friends. Hey, I have more friends. I literally have more friends in the southeastern U.S. than I have right here, right now, that I would classify as friends who would come and rescue me if I needed it.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, I know that Mark, the Arkansas woodcutter, he continually tells me that. He's a
sweetie. He's a sweetheart.
I got to meet him. That was so cool.
Did you really?
The man is tall.
Okay, so what I'm thinking is, because we all talk about it, so I'm going to have to bring it up. I mean, we talk about it almost every single live, it seems like. But like, if we ever get a get together and Homestead Aquarius shows up, is he going to be wearing? Is he going to be wearing masks? So he'll do like a Wilson, and we'll only see him from the eyeballs up.
Yes.
Like I
love the Wilson idea. Yeah,
he's the Wilson of the
I'm
YouTube
dying
world.
to see his face.
Wilson.
It's killing me.
Do you remember that video, that one that he did, where he picked up Mark and he was in the truck? He was on his way. That was hilarious. It was last year, I think it was. He was meeting Mark somewhere for dinner. And
he was meeting Mark, and what happened? You froze a little bit. What happened?
He was meeting Mark for dinner. Mark had dropped off the trailer, whatever it was he was delivering, near where Robert lives. And so they met up, but Robert is talking about going and meeting him, and he's in his truck. He's in his truck, and you cannot see his face.
Oh,
like, I'm gonna kill the man.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. I love that he keeps that going. That is so funny.
I still say he's Trace Atkins, you guys. That's hilarious. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
He does have that Trace Adkins kind of voice, doesn't he?
He does. It kills me.
Yeah, he's pretty funny. What a great guy, though. What a great guy. Yeah. So I would, if I had moved and been all settled, I was thinking about joining Shed Wars this year, but it ain't gonna happen. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with Shed Wars this year, though.
Are you going to join my giant carrot challenge?
I'm not growing anything.
I am growing carrots. How giant do they have to be, Courtney?
It's a contest I'm running. So if you have to register with me by the 26th of February. And then you have until I think July 1st to there's two different categories. The first category is length, and then the second category is going to be how heavy is it. So you can win a prize in either or.
How do we register?
You can email me at widefamilyfarm@gmail.com. Just email me to register.
So your channel, and then at gmail.com, basically, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I thought Patty for sure would be joining because she likes to grow stuff.
Well, yes and no. I have a very serious love-hate relationship with the garden, and it's long and historied. I spent 30 years gardening in a lot of frustrating conditions here. So, because I grow out underneath those fir trees out there, so we've had to figure out how it works. So, now that there's a system that works out there, I get to say goodbye and somebody else can grow there. And that's fine.
Voonchild says,
Here, though.
where is it at? Voonchild says she would join if it was the most tiniest carrot you can barely see. LOL.
I love it.
I don't know. We might have trouble too. We'll see. I mean, it's tough to grow some carrots, man, but it's gonna be fun, and we got a prize, and there's gonna be a big certificate, so you can have some street cred too. So
well, awesome. I'll send you an email today and sign up for that.
Yeah. Hey, Spanish Homestead, thank you so much for stopping in, and we'll catch you later.
Have a good day.
It's a evening there, or like, yeah, it is.
What
They're
time
about
is it
8 hours
with you, Patty? What time is it now?
It is 8 minutes to 11. We've been on almost an hour.
Oh,
It goes so fast.
Yeah, it does. You get on there
like,
like, this is gonna be quick, and then it's an hour later.
Yeah. Yeah. So Boone, the first year I grew carrots here, you would see like the soil would have been perfect, but I found out that the soil had way too much potassium in it, and there is just no fixing that. You have to add a lot of nitrogen. You can add some phosphorus if it's not already too much. I trusted the place that I bought the compost from. I knew the company that made it, and they're a company that has had a good reputation, but they totally screwed up. And last year I finally was able to grow something there. So I didn't get carrots hardly with any roots. That's for you, Boone. I feel your pain.
Yeah, that's the one thing with carrots is like on the toppers, they can look fabulous. You think you have the most beautiful carrot, and then you dig it and it's like,
oh, how dare you? Hey, Stormy Wind. Hello. Good to see you in here. Northern New York is Zone 4B. Oh, wow.
We have someone from Norway in the house.
Oh, really?
Hello. Is it Jurid? Is that correct?
Yep.
Very cool.
7:53 at night over there.
Yeah.
Well, welcome.
So 10 hours difference or 9 hours difference from us. Glad to have you in here with us.
That is so cool.
So we are we're a bunch of crazy gardener homesteader types. I am over here in Oregon in the Pacific Northwest. Beautiful, wonderful place to garden. Right now, pretty snowy still, but soon. And I can't wait for the snow to melt because my crocus, we're just like this, waiting for the sun to come out, and then they just go boop. And usually this time of year, my yard would be full of bees on the crocus. Not this year.
Yeah.
So my neighbors' bees are all still huddled in their houses.
Apparently, I have a lot of bees huddled in their houses somewhere in my bushes in the front. That's one of the first things I learned on one of the lives through Castle Hives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I actually asked that question. I'm like, where'd all my bees go?
Was he the one that lost a bunch of hives this year?
Yes.
I heard that today.
Yeah, he just posted that video.
I literally.
Oh my gosh.
I was so upset. Like he lost like
a lot.
Yeah.
It was several. Yeah.
That's very sad.
That's horrible. I can't imagine.
Bandana Grandma, your comment, it really rang with me this morning because I was looking back at my Facebook memories, and I had a video yesterday that I posted years ago of robins singing in my backyard. I have not seen a single robin this year, and that is just not normal so far. Usually they show up in February. There's a holly tree behind in the backyard on the neighbor's yard, and they come in and eat those berries because it's like the only fruit around, and they're fruit eaters. So so I would get a bunch of them that would come in there, and they would be picking through all the worms in my compost and doing all that stuff. So I haven't seen any. It's crazy. So I love waking up in the morning and opening, even if it's cold out, I will open the windows and the doors so I can hear the robins singing. It's so cool. And then shut them very quickly.
Whose live was it that they were talking about? Because all the homesteaders were talking about what animals you could have on your homestead for meat and milk and everything else. But somebody mentioned raising pigeons, and the first thing I thought is we have a ton of pigeons here that love to roost in the top of the barn.
Mm-hmm.
And I told my husband the other night, I'm like, dude, we already have animals. We've got pigeons. They're cooking them. He's like, you'd have to cook 6 of those things just to have one meal for one person. They're so small. I'm like, well, there's videos on cooking pigeons. I'm just saying.
Yeah. You know, it's like my Vietnamese neighbor he set up a squirrel, basically like a trap situation. He'd lure them in, and then he'd take the pellet gun and take them out, and they'd eat them for dinner. You know, and we had so many squirrels around here. I was so happy because they weren't digging up my garden and planting peanuts. I had like, oh my gosh, they would tear up containers and all that kind of stuff. It was terrible. Seed beds, you know, I had to put wire down, you know, or that snow fencing to keep them out. And even the snow fencing, they get down there in that little hole and do what they had to do. So I'm not a fan. I like watching squirrels, but stay out.
We've got so many squirrels and chickmunks, and they fight with each other and they chirp at each other because they're very territorial. Both of breeds are very territorial. And of course, the chickmunks are smaller, but they are the loudest. I'm just saying. And they're feisty.
Yeah. Courtney, that question is for you.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that.
It can be, you can grow the carrot in anything. As long, you know, if you win the, you know, contest, it has to be like, there's 2 different categories. There's going to be length and there's going to be weight. So you can grow the carrot in anything. You can grow the carrot however you want. It just, you know.
Grow it in a 30-gallon garbage can with drainage in the bottom, and grow it in sand and keep it fertilized, you know, with like an organic fertilizer. And you could have one heck of a big carrot.
Yeah.
There you go.
And you'll get a certificate with us saying that you grew, you know, however big carrot. So you'll have some street credit too. So.
Okay, I'm going to put this up here. We were talking about pigeons.
Yeah. Have you ate pigeon before, Patty?
I grew up, my dad hunted dove in Idaho. I grew up, my dad was a bird hunter mostly. He did do some cottontail hunting. So I grew up eating rabbit and wild birds. And I remember him doing dove hunting. I do not remember eating dove. I know we did. So it didn't really leave much of an impression. Ask me about pheasant and duck and I'll drool and tell you I'm over the moon, but I do not remember a single thing about pigeons. We also had grouse, the sage grouse, and chucker, which is a tough bird to hunt. Those are smart birds. They used to drive the dog crazy. We had a great hunting dog. So as far as I understand what she's saying here when she talks about being worried about sickness in the wild ones, here they're rats with wings. They really are rats with wings. And they, I mean, how do I want to say this? The crows are worse because they eat all kinds of carrion and stuff. The pigeons, not so much, but I'm not sure what, you know, I'd be looking into what the possibilities of that would be. You know, if there would be possible disease in them. I really don't know. Some animals, though they live in rather dire kind of situations, don't carry disease like others do. You know, rats are terrible. Right. Raccoons are terrible. You know, raccoons can have rabies and not have any symptoms showing. They're carriers.
That's scary.
Yeah. So people think they're so cute. I have neighbors around here that used to feed them. There used to be a family of 5 that would run up the north side of my house. They'd get into the back of one of Ben's derelict boats and poop all over the place. And yeah, they do carry some pretty crazy things. And one of the things, and it's not just them, but when you're around feces of wild animals, and even, I don't know if dogs can carry it, but I know that raccoons, they have a particular bacteria that can cause encephalitis, which is a swelling of the brain, and you can die.
Pigeons have it too.
I didn't know that.
What?
Pigeons have it too. That's why we don't want them in the barn, because they poop everywhere.
Okay.
So, because you know, this barn's been sitting for 4 years without anybody here. So that's one of the things my husband has to do. He has to get a special kind of mask to put on his face, and he has to scrape all of that off the top of the barn. So
yeah. Hello, MB Heritage. Hey, it's good to see you in here.
Hi, MB.
I love their green screen pictures, that kitchen. I want that kitchen. Oh, the bedroom was pretty good too. I don't have much to hide here, so I don't have to do green screen. I might try it one day. Maybe I'll have a picture of something I took. Or
I love
something.
Lori's world and her green screen.
Oh, she's hysterical. I know.
She cracks me up.
Yeah, she's pretty funny. I'm surprised she hasn't found out this was going on. Matter of fact, she was in, was it your live yesterday? Nisi, was it yours that she was?
She popped in for a few minutes, and then she had another live she needed to go to, I think. So yeah, she's like you. She pops in as many lives as she can to show her community that she loves them. So
okay.
If I can't make a live, I definitely do the replay thing, and then I comment so that you know that I've watched it.
Yeah,
especially on Sundays. If you're having a live on Sunday, just know Nisi will not be there. My hubby and my boys have made a rule that it's boy time. Y'all are not allowed to have me.
Yeah. I think that's wise. It gives you more autonomy the rest of the week.
My boys are so funny.
I want to answer this bee lady's comment here. She says, I have never heard of rats with wings, maybe a bat. Bats are insect eaters here in the U.S., here in the northern U.S. There are fruit bats further south and in other countries, but bats are actually very, very beneficial. And It is rare that bats ever have rabies. The squirrels out here are more likely to have rabies than bats. Yeah. Raccoons too. So raccoons here will get distemper, and people think it's rabies. They take them, they let the news media know, and then the news media gives out the disinformation that they're rabid. Totally stupid, totally screwed up. I have very good friends that for 30 or 40 years had a critter control business, and he knows more about critters than anybody I know outside of the wildlife people. So anyway, so there you go. That's that. Yeah, they're totally not like rats. Rats are just disgusting. And if you've got one rat, you've got 1,000. That's just the way it is. So, yeah. When you have chickens, you have rats. There's just no other way. Where do they come from? I don't even know.
Yeah, we're putting concrete in our barn to get rid of the rat population because we have those burrowing pack rats.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
yeah.
God, those are terrible.
They're everywhere.
Yeah, I know that there are what they call roof rats and subterranean rats here. And thank God I don't have the roof rats. Those are virtually impossible to get rid of, I understand. And Christy Betts mentioned there being a form of rabies that causes animals to act friendly, which I have never heard of. So I'm going to be looking into that. And the bee lady says if she runs into a friendly coyote, she'll know to head the other way and tell a hubby to go get him. Yeah. So remember that any blood that's left, if you shoot them, will have the rabies virus in it. So that needs to be destroyed too. So you don't want your animals going over there. Like if you have a dog going over there and licking it up or anything like that. So, hey, Francine, hello. Never enough time. Really good to see you in here. Thank you for coming by. Wow. We have been on for an hour and 5 minutes. Probably not going to go too much longer. I am starting to feel this. My body is, it was like so exciting and I've been so active in it, but I've got to take my medication and have some lunch. It is lunchtime here for me.
Me too.
Because I eat very early in the morning, by 6 o'clock anyway, most mornings. So I'm an early bird. But I think what I'm going to do here is go ahead and ask anybody if somebody has just one more question, and we'll answer that. And then we'll go. And hey, Scott, thank you very much. Scott is up in his crane down in California, getting ready to move to Idaho.
Awesome.
And I'm jealous.
Oh, that's close. That's my neighbor. I can go up to the top of our mountain and wave hi to you.
There you go.
Literally.
So he's going to be up in northern, they're in the panhandle of Idaho too. So
then I'll definitely be able to go up the top mountain and wave hi.
Yeah, so that's really great. Well, they have meetups in Idaho, so you'll be able to do those.
Very
That
close.
Yeah, I was hoping the one they had last year, was it last year? The one they just had this last year was not far from where my brother lives. My brother lives in Arco, Idaho, which is this little podunk town that nobody's ever heard of, but it was the first first city in the world to be powered by nuclear power.
Wow.
And they have the old reactor, the reactor base with all the dials and knobs, like walking into a 1950s sci-fi movie. It is absolutely hilarious.
Wow.
And it's also really close to Craters of the Moon National Park, which is an amazing place if you've never been there, out down in southeastern Idaho. So did anybody ask a question? I didn't see any. Who is going to northern Idaho? Oh, Scott is Hidden Valley Homestead. He is going. Priest River is where they're going to be.
I'm in the Bitterroot Valley and Victor.
I want to come visit you in the summertime, Nisi.
It's definitely pretty here in the summertime. Definitely. Well, yeah. I mean, it's pretty now, but it's just too cold.
Oh, I guess the aldermans went bye. Bye, guys. Thanks for stopping in, Tommy and Patty. Yeah, there are very few channels I go to that I like as quickly as I like them. I think Courtney's, yours was actually one of them. Freehandley's, yours was too. It's so funny. I mean, I shouldn't say very few. There are some. There are others that it just takes me a while, you know. I guess it's like friends. There are those that you love and that you find affinity with, and others that remain more on the outskirts, you know. So anyway, I want to thank everybody for being here today. This has been awesome. Please remember to hit that like button before you leave. It helps to promote the video in the algorithm so that more people will see it.
Yes.
Yes. And you know, it's funny. I'm not working for monetization. This is what I decided to do. If God wants this channel monetized, he's going to have to bring the community. And he's going to have to provide an administrator for me because I don't like doing business. I'm the creative genius. I don't want to do the paperwork.
I'm not monetizing either, but sometimes it's easier to go live and do your segment than it is to do a video and have to edit it and then have to upload it, especially if you're up in the middle of nowhere. It takes like 5 hours to upload a 5-minute video. It's ridiculous.
Hey, Drops Family Garden made it.
Hey, Drops.
Hi, Drops.
Good to see you. We're just getting ready to say goodbye. I've been on here for almost 70 minutes, and this chicken is getting tired. So, and I need food. I'm going to start getting hangry. Yeah. You don't want to see me hangry.
Now, Patty, when you decide to do your regular segment, you can always when you go into StreamYard and you can actually choose to save for later, it will automatically put an announcement up on your YouTube channel, right? So people know, and then they can go and they can click reminder.
Yeah, and I've got what I want to do. The other thing I got to do is I need to learn to do thumbnails. I haven't done any editing, haven't learned how to do thumbnails, none of that stuff. You know, it's like my brain has been too overloaded with everything here, and finally feel like, you know, it's clearing. I can think about something else and do something else. So, hi, Misha Lee. Did you come in and I missed you, or did you just come in? We're just getting ready to say goodbye here. Oh, you're busy planting microgreens, Drops? That sounds yummy. I mean, eating the microgreens.
Never enough time. Asked you a question, Patty.
Oh, do you know what shed wars are? Yes, I do, and it's awesome.
Yes, she does.
It's awesome. It's there is a challenge involved. It's a bunch of gardeners that get on teams. Do you know what it is? I guess I should say. A bunch of gardeners that come together to be on teams.
Yeah, there's challenges. There's teams. I'm doing shed boards this year.
The basic thing is they want to show everybody how they garden so people can learn how to garden. We learn from one another tips and tricks and what things grow better some places and not better other places. There's a lot of ribbing and, you know, fun-hearted stuff that
Plus,
goes
I want
on.
to see how much produce I can grow. That's like my big thing. I want to see how much I can grow.
Oh, see,
You want to see
against yourself.
Courtney wants to see how much she can grow, and I want to see if I can just make sure I can keep something alive.
Oh, yummy herbs. Oh, that sounds wonderful. Drops got up his lazy duff and planted starts for lavender, borage, chamomile, hyssop, and lemon balm.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So, yeah. By the way, you're probably doing the agastache,
tea.
what they call hyssop. True hyssop, I'll tell you a little something here because I'm an herb nerd. Because I grew true hyssop from seed, and you can take a branch of it and rub it in your hands, and it will deodorize your hands.
Oh,
It's wonderful stuff.
That's
And
interesting.
it's good for bees too. So I can grow any of the Mediterranean herbs. You know, you name it, I can grow them here, and some that are from other warmer countries too. So I will probably miss that when I move, because when I move, I'll be moving west and it's a little chillier there, and I'll have to figure out how to recreate the microclimate I have in this backyard and the front yard that has been so wonderful here. Well, anyway, guys, let's call it a day. Let's call this a video. I want to thank you. It's been such a successful time. I had no idea. I don't even know how many people were in here. Can anybody see how many people are in the stream? We're in the stream.
You have 20. You have 20 right now.
Ooh, I feel like I'm rocking.
You are rocking.
well, congrats on this live, Patty.
You have 20 in here right now, but you had
Henry, Leslie, Vermont.
29 likes. So at some point, you probably had around 30 people.
Yeah. There's a Henry. Henry, Leslie, Vermont. I don't think I've ever met you before, or maybe you've seen me and I haven't seen you, or you're just seeing this live for the first time. This is my first live. I noticed you have said that you have garlic in your garden right now. That's great. I'm a little envious. I was not able to plant garlic this year. For 2 years, I haven't planted it, and I'm dying. I love fresh garlic from the garden. There's nothing better. So I hope it goes well for you. With that, I'm going to say goodbye, everybody. Thank you so much for being a part of this live. It is one of those watershed happy moments for me. I feel like I'm back in the land of the living.
Yay.
Yay. Thanks, everybody. Love to y'all. God bless.
Bye, Patty.